What up, motherfuckers? Welcome back to Pics. It didn't happen. I am the Jew Bag Fats King. I am always joined by my brother, the Yeti, and we are actually finally able to be in the same room thanks to being past all this COVID bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, you're safe again.
Yeah, I'm safe again. I'm no longer I'm no longer a biohazard. And with that said, that's how you segue shit, kids. We are joined today by Klep and Saint Cinna, the Bio Killaz, motherfuckers. If you did not know, now you know. You want to say what's up to them, y'all?
Hey, what up? I'm Klep from Bio Killaz.
I'm Saint. We're happy to be here.
Just dropped a new album, The Bastards of Rap, dropped on Friday.
Get that shit. Listen to that shit. I did. I actually, when I was on my way to Terrortown last night to go peep that place, we listened to it the whole way. Good shit, you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. We put a lot of work into it.
Hell yeah, man.
We legit did everything, really, ourselves. Like, I did all the artwork, like, figured that out. But we did all our own artwork, did all the mixing, mastering. I made all the beats, like, 1000% us. So it's been...
Did all the promo, made all our own. We're both pretty new to Photoshop. Like, this was our baby, you know, so we wanted to do it all on our own and shit. And it took a while, but we got a dope ass album out of it, and we got much more coming too. So
you think that this was the project you intended to make when you set out for this then?
Actually, no, not at all. When we first started, when we first got back together and shit, we did Sometimes They Come Back, and we were gonna do an album with every track being named after an old school horror movie and shit. And then we just decided that, man, we were gonna pick up where we actually left off after 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears. We started working on an album back then called The Bastards of Rap, because that's how we've kind of always felt about ourselves, you know.
No.
And so we just decided to pick up right where we left off, and we ended up. So, you know, it's got hip hop. It's got something on there for everybody, I think.
Now, what does that mean? I like that title, but what does that mean? The Bastards of Rap. Can we get a little deeper into that, please? Because I intended to ask.
Well, that's because there's no father to our style. You know what I mean? Like ODB said. You know what I mean? And that just means, you know, we have our own unique style. You're not gonna find anybody that sounds like us, especially together. Like, we
don't like to put a specific genre or label on our shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're pretty versatile, and there's nobody like us, I don't think.
I'm hearing that more and more from artists who are quote unquote from the horrorcore scene, but whatever it is it's just it's you making your own version of whatever you think that is. And you know, and I feel like that is so much better than everybody following a specific painted lines blueprint, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's never been our style, really. I mean, we've dabbled into like some sounds and shit, and I don't know.
Absolutely. And so with you not really having sort of like a hyper focus where you're sort of doing your own thing, what kind of things do you do that keeps you interested in projects and moving forward with everything?
Honestly, bro, the process has always been, it used to be back in the day before I started making beats, we would just go through beats and then we would find what spoke to us. And the music is always fucking spoken. Like, we'll sit down, fuck anymore. We can get together with a finished beat and we'll knock out a fucking verse in like 20 minutes. Like, it ain't no fucking thing, really.
You guys are almost at this point industrial in this where like you sit down, you do it, and it's a product that comes out like on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we don't always use everything we do too. Like, there were some tracks that were supposed to make it on this album, and they'll probably never see the light of day. You know, like, we go through, and some tracks we don't even finish if it's not sounding good. But we like to not recycle topics, and we like to come up with unique concepts and shit like that. So just constantly thinking about that type of shit, oh my bad, gets me excited and motivated to just keep creating, because, you know, just take from life lessons, and that's my creative process. Like, just take it from life and kind of putting a twist on it, no matter if it's dark or humorous or motivational in our own way, you know. But
and I totally get that. So How did you guys get started as Bio Killaz? Like, I want to take this all the way back to the beginning, if we could.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, for me, I like I said in the in Bastards and shit, the intro track, so to speak, for Bastards of Rap. Like I've always loved performing and putting on a show for people. Like I legit used to listen to old cassette tapes and shit and jump up and down on my mom and dad's bed and pretend like I was throwing shows, you know? And so it started out really young with music and shit. And skip ahead, I started getting into hip hop and shit and my like, I don't know, 12, 13 and shit. And I just kind of wrote here and there. And then eventually we ran into, there was 3 of us and we started this group back then and it didn't work out with the other member. And we just kept making music and like we started with one tape player playing the cassette and another one with the deck hitting record on it. So, I mean, the quality was super shit back then, but I mean, we've always just done it to do it, you know, like.
It's just like something to do, you know what I mean? Cause like where we grew up and shit, it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like straight up. It was either get into music or start getting into what everybody else was that, you know, now cooks meth for a living. You know what I'm saying? Like
kept our asses out of trouble for real.
That makes a lot of sense. That absolutely does. We actually understand the whole growing up in the middle of nowhere kind of thing because, you know, we were born and lived in buttfuck nowhere, Indiana.
Right. Yeah, where we're at, it's middle of fucking nowhere. Like we now live in the biggest town in the county and it's like minus the college students, it's like 8,000 people. You know what I mean?
Well, so it sounded like this started out as like a hobby and, as you said, a way to keep you out of trouble. But how long did it take before you guys really started taking this seriously as like this could be something you do?
It got to a point where we were recording these songs and like, yeah, we'd sell these little fucking
mixtapes,
I don't know, because we did like
we did albums,
but we made sure that it would only got out like locally. Because we were kind of doing like a test market.
We burnt CDRs and we sold them for like $5 a pop. They had like, you know, 5 to 10 songs on them and shit. And then the word kept spreading and like we started running into people we didn't even know being like, yo, are you Bio Killaz? And we were like,
it was weird. We with our album Murder for Free, that I feel like the fucking turning point was when we first did fucking our song Murder the Nation, which
that was big back in the day.
It was at that point we were just like, yeah, we're finally comfortable enough that we want to try and like really push this outside of the area.
Yeah. And we told them when we dropped that Murder for Free, like we started out, we burned 100 stack of CDRs and shit back in the day. And we were telling people like it was Murder for Free. We gave away the whole album and shit. It was like 20 tracks and we passed out the whole 100 rack of CDRs and we told everybody that we passed it out to. We were like, yo, copy this shit and keep it going. Like, you know, just spread it. It ended up on the internet. It wasn't us that did it. And like, yeah, things just kept spreading. And we were like, fuck.
Our weed man would fucking give a CD away with every fucking weed purchase. Like,
yeah, that is how you fucking promo. Right
we've always had the promo game on fucking lock, man.
So talking about promo and sort of doing things the old way, what are some things that you guys are finding like that you used to love are now being considered vintage?
I love CDs. Like we got these CDs made up and not many people fuck with CDs anymore. You know, we sold quite a few so far, I mean, since the release, but I still collect, you know, like I got a bunch of fucking underground CDs and, you know, I don't know. I love CDs. I got nothing. He's got nothing. He don't like old shit. He's a straight digital. I'm the opposite of him. He had to help me build my computer and get me all set up and shit when I got back into it. I mean, I'm getting considerably better now, but
I mean, I collect vinyls and shit. You know
I collect vinyl as well. I was gonna say that's what I do. It's hard though finding underground vinyl because it's incredibly expensive to get pressed.
Yeah, like even the cheapest run of them, you're talking at least $1,500 up front.
We wanted to do that with this album since it was, you know, it's got an old school feel to it and shit. I feel like, you know, especially with the first few tracks, Bastards and Bastards of Rap, you know.
But the problem is we would have to do 2 different vinyls and that would cost twice as much because we'd have to do it in runs of 2 because on vinyl, the audio starts degrading after 20 minutes. So they usually cut off right around 20 minutes on a vinyl. That's why you get 2 vinyls. You know what I mean? You can't just jam pack a shit ton of songs on a vinyl record.
So, you said that you guys pretty much did this last album, The Bastards, pretty much all on your own. Is that the goal from now on? Is just to be everything in house? Because I mean, I guess you guys have one of the best producers in the underground. You know, just
hey, I appreciate that.
Hey man, I give credit where it's due, and your name always comes up amongst all of the circles of people who talk.
Oh man, and I've got a lot of shit fucking going on right now with that. Like a lot of people fucking bought beats off me. I ran this special towards the beginning of the year, but where I was working with like people's budgets. I would take on, 5 people a month, and they would hit me with their budget, and I would work with them on how many beats I can get them. I got a metric shit ton of people who hit me up for that I did beats for. So there's going to be a wave of my production going out there, and
I'm about to learn production this winter too. I got the exact same keyboard and all the programs and shit, and he's going to be this winter when shit starts slowing down and shit. He's gonna show me some shit. And,
about to slide into that Padawan role, huh?
Yeah. Start throwing in on that and shit, and see how that goes.
I mean, back in the day, we used to fucking collab on beats, and this was before I was making my own melodies and shit. We had this old ass program called Hip Hop EJ, and literally all it was a bunch of loops that you could just
piece together,
arrange. All you were doing was arranging loops, and we'd work on beats together, and they got weird as fuck, but I like.
Oh yeah. So we'll be collabing on beats too. It'll be super fucking dope.
I mean, that sounds dope. It gives you guys more things you can work on together.
Right.
This is, I guess, one more thing I want to touch on the whole producing side. What do you think you don't have to say names, but so far, what do you think the worst track someone has sent you? Because like you were the guy who I see online most critiquing hardest about bad mixes and just really bad production. And like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I hear a lot of bad stuff. Like every once in a while, I'll check out some artists, and that'll be, obviously like spamming in my inbox and shit. I don't know. I get worked up when people don't fucking approach it like the proper way. Like the whole fucking, I don't know. I'm high. My bad.
No worries. That's what happens on our show a lot.
It does.
Oh yeah.
But as far as like the worst shit I've heard, I don't know. I've been in the fucking underground scene for over 20 years. You know what I mean? It all kind of blends together with some of the horrible
do you ever kind of feel like Stan on that episode of South Park where everybody's just farting in his ears?
Oh God.
Yeah. No, definitely. I've felt like that before.
So,
I don't know.
That's a lot of dope shit.
Yeah.
When you've been doing that for so many years now, would you say there's been have you noticed waves of regression and progress where you can sort of tell like, hey, we're getting ready, a lot of cool people coming in, and then sort of like, there's not a whole lot coming in during these periods. Has that been noticeable over time?
Oh yeah, it's definitely like calmed down a little bit. And I've started noticing like rappers that quit and are going back to being just fans because they were happier doing that shit. You know what I mean? Being an underground artist it's fucking hard work. You know what I mean? To stay relevant. And if you're not going to give it your all, you're going to fall off fucking track, and you're just going to start fucking hating it.
To add to that, back in the day, the title track to 7 Years, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I said way back then when I was a father of 1, that the hardest fucking thing is juggling between being a father and an artist. And now I'm a father of 4, and that shit is 4 times as fucking true. Like, the shit is no goddamn joke, man. Like whether you have kids or not, it's a lot of fucking work. And to juggle all this shit, like I have like 0 free time, because if I'm not giving everything my all, you know what I mean, there's no point in doing it at all. So like I've given some shit up. There's sacrifice. Like I haven't even had a chance to really play video games in like forever, but it's like I'm choosing the music shit and the grind, and things have been going good and shit. So I'm just, it is what it is. But it's a lot of balance. You have to find balance with everything, you know, and it's
And that usually results in like, oh, you get a maximum of 5 hours of sleep every day.
right. And it weighs on your head too if you start feel like you're slacking, you know, especially me as a father and shit. Like I talked to him and shit during our studio sessions. I'm like, man, I feel like I haven't been spending as much time with my youngest. He's 7, you know, and I'm like, it starts fucking with me, you know, because I'm gone. And then we got sports and all this and work, you know, like it's a lot to fucking juggle all that for real.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say, just to anybody listening that may be considering what the future looks like, video games are usually the first thing that gets cut if you want to have any kind of hobby. That's just real. It's the first one.
It is sucks because I fucking love video games.
Fucking addicted, dude.
No,
like I don't even have any mobile games anymore. Like at the beginning of all this and shit, I'd have a couple and shit. And now I don't even got a single fucking mobile game.
Yeah. They just want your money anyway. $1.99.
Yeah, right. I was playing that South Park phone destroyer shit though. That shit was fun as fuck, man.
Yeah, and then it sort of became a slog. It was like, okay, I have to have this card. Then you get that card. Yep. Okay, well now everybody has a counter to that. So now I have to this one. And it was really just them trying to get that dollar. So hard.
Yep, exactly. I was gonna say it eventually came down to, all right, you gotta pay or you're gonna get your fucking ass whooped.
Yeah. I don't really care for that. That's why I try to avoid as many of those fucking $1.99 games as I can. Although they got me on a Contra one, but that's just because of nostalgia. But
hell yeah,
they love that.
Yeah. So this is something that I've seen you guys, and I've heard you mention, and maybe I'll use the words a little wrong. Maybe I'm a little harsher when I say this, but an overall disgust for where the scene has gone to. And where, like, I think Saint, me and you have talked about this in front of Carl's a time or two, because that's just kind of like what old juggalos do, is we get together and we bitch about how things used to be.
Yeah, well, you know, old heads. You know what I mean? We're just old bitter.
I get it. But so, do you guys feel like you're trying to kick a dead horse sometimes? Like I've heard Max say sometimes there really is no money in this. It takes legitimate passion to be the one to
absolutely
stay at this. Well, does it bother you to see people who are, well, let's say a bit passionless, but just kind of have the right connections, be able to move up faster than others?
It used to make me mad, but you know, you're just like, that's kind of how it is, like even on a mainstream point. You know?
I mean, I ain't mad at anybody for coming up, you know what I mean? And no matter how they come up, they're coming up, dude. Honestly, I've been so focused on this shit, the Bio Killaz shit, and just learning all this. I got a lot of shit that I've been learning, you know, like the production, I'm mixing and all that, and like my first year growing and shit. So like, honestly, I'm just focusing on what we're doing. And, you know, I told him, you know, we put a lot of we got all this new merch and shit. And I told him, I was like, honestly, it ain't even about making our money. Well, I mean, we're halfway to making our money back already. And we dropped like $3,000 on this. So on this, just the release, you know, and we're like halfway there almost. So we're gonna definitely come out ahead, and everything we make anyway, we put back into Bio Killaz. So it's never been about making money. We ain't doing this so we can go buy anything cool. Like we'll never use the fucking Bio Killaz money for our own personal gain. Like the reason why I think our formula is so dope is because every single fucking dollar we make from this shit, we put back into it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep 2.0 on ourselves. We'll be Bio Killaz fucking dropping 4.0 here before you know it. Probably not. That's we're not doing sequels, but you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I don't really, I don't know. I guess I kind of maybe got off topic a little bit with that. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, that's where my passion's at. Like, I'm gonna keep putting money into this shit because it's coming back, and then we got more to put into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're smart about it, things are gonna work out.
What advice can you give to people who are trying to do this all on their
own? Constantly learn, because if you're trying to do it on your own, that means you got to take on the task of learning how to mix. And I feel like that's it's always a hard topic to fucking learn from, because music is subjective, first of all. So they can't just give you like set numbers of like, oh, this is how you got to put your EQ and shit. I mean, some people use presets, whatever, but it's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of work, like hours of learning hours upon hours.
I'm just getting into it, so I don't really have nothing. We moving forward to earlier you asked if we're going to continue to do all of our projects on our own, and we've kind of talked recently, and we might start like reaching out to other people and I mean, production probably not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
another thing we're learning is learning to not take on so
much. Yeah, we're starting to like, okay, we did this first project, we made it our baby, we did it all on our own. And, you know, like
we're really tired.
We're really fucking tired. And like I said, all the money we make from Bio Killaz is going towards Bio Killaz. So after this release, we're going to have some fucking money to spend. So we're probably going to, you know, ask for help, reach out and hire some people to do certain projects for us. We've actually already talked about one thing in particular that we're not ready to even drop yet, but
of course.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna outsource a bit.
Yeah.
How was the release party? I'm bummed I couldn't make it, but you know that's
it's all good. It was dope. It was dope.
Yeah.
We had a good fucking time.
And we had some people that have been supporting us since the very beginnings, like come out like almost 2 hours away type shit. So that was cool. Like a bunch of our old school people. Like it was kind of surreal, like being back around all these people that have
been there from the beginning type
there
shit
since fucking, you know, like 2000.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Do you see this? Do you see a tour coming from this, or are you guys just kind of like gonna kick back and see how things go?
Yeah, we'll probably just play it by ear and shit. I mean, we got a lot of other things in the works that
we're just trying to get our brand.
I mean, if it's worth when it makes sense and it's worth it to do a tour, you know, we're not just gonna go out there and fucking do a tour to say we did a tour. You know, like
there's a lot.
It has to make sense,
man. There's a lot of people that just say they want to tour because they dropped the album. They're like, I have to tour. But I think what we're learning post COVID is that maybe that isn't always as necessary as people think it is. Fams was talking about how he believes the best idea is little pop shows around where you're from. Just every couple months, I'm just gonna do a show, you know, and then you're getting your live exposure and the money you get from that, and you don't have to bleed yourself dry across the fucking country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we've got a few local shows coming up. Like we're actually the special guest at a local show called 55 Below here next week. We're doing a fucking
it's like 3 blocks from
it's like 3 blocks from my house.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got that coming up, and then we got another one in Jackson, Michigan. There's a prison there. I don't know. I mean, that's all it's really known for. So I just and then we got I'm stoned. I mean, yeah. So yeah, we got some of those shows popping up. We got like 3 lined up. They're announcing us as the special guest here fucking probably today or tomorrow or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty dope. And that's what we're planning on kind of doing. So yeah, I would agree with Fams on that for sure.
Yeah.
So when we are talking about, you know, everything that is sort of going on now as far as touring and then all the different things it takes to make it in the underground, you know, doing your designs and all those other things. Is there anything that you would have wished you would have learned sooner if you could have went back, like, you know, there was that class in graphic design. I probably should have took that back when I was in school.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was heavily into art in high school, but it was all like hand drawing and shit. I didn't take any computer class type shit, you know, and they had those and I didn't do it. So I was more into, and I used to be able to draw really fucking good, but now everything seems like it's digital and, you know, I'm starting to fuck around with Photoshop a little bit, but yes, I do have that as a, you know, regret and shit. And I wish I would have stuck with production and, you know, like, cause right now me and him would be probably about on the same level if I would have just stuck with him, like doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, regrets there. Any
I don't know.
regrets?
I think the only thing I wish I would have gotten more in depth on how to mix a lot sooner, like put the actual time in and fucking learn. Cause I used to just, you know, we used to mix shit so fucking stupid, like shit.
I can still mix
Jesus
shit the
Christ.
stupid way.
Yeah, we got it memorized because we did it for
did
fucking years.
Yeah.
Like, instead of compressing, we would take Cool Edit Pro, fucking 2.0, the fucking Peter Quisgard shit,
Peter Quisgard, the hero.
and instead of compressing, we'd fucking hard limit to where everything peaks, and then we'd take it and fucking subtract like 6 decibels or whatever. So
And it was
everything's just
all
fucking
even.
blown out and then smushed down.
Yeah, it was all like, yeah, it was fucked.
And the fucked up thing is,
But people bumped it, though.
yeah, and people were like, "Hey, what studio do you record in?" I'm like, "My fucking bedroom with an $8 Logitech mic, motherfucker."
Yeah, when you tell people how primitive and taped together your rigs are when you're first getting started, or how ours is right now, they really don't believe how the quality you can achieve from just taping some shit together and hoping for the best.
Bro, the vocal booth that I made at my dad's crib, and
2 mattresses.
I had a fucking futon mattress in the corner, and then I flipped a fucking couch up on end to make the other wall, and then threw this like 1970s fucking sleeping bag, like brown and tan.
We called it Peter Quilt Guard.
We had a fucking couch up on end and fucking all sorts of stupid shit, and then a dynamics mic with a fucking sock over it.
And we were killing it.
Well, if he's gonna tell about the how they first started, I guess we can always talk about how. Okay, so when we first started doing this, we were sitting around what the fuck was the name of that mic?
Oh, it was a Yeti Snowball.
It was this big ball.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Snowball.
Yeah, and it only recorded front and back, so we had to sit beside it from the other side and the other side and talk into it at the same time, and we had to prop it up on a box that while I was stoned out of my mind, wrote the word mic stand on.
Nice.
No, it's great thinking about how bad it was when you first got started and shit. But
It sounds worse when I went back and like re-listened to it.
I refuse to listen to any of like the first 10 episodes.
I don't recommend
I-
the fans
Have our
do either.
tape.
Yeah, he still has his fucking
The one I was talking about earlier, but yeah, we ain't listen to our shit either, bro. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. So with it being Halloween, I've been asking everybody a lot of Halloween questions recently. So I got a few I'm just gonna roll out and get out of the way because I want to ask them. So what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Man, I don't know.
He just really likes to talk about chocolate. So just
I love candy.
Bro.
I love candy. I got nerd ropes and shit downstairs and airheads, but I don't know what people do. I've always loved Skittles, especially if they would get rid of lemon and change it to banana, it'd be the perfect candy. I like lime. Or I like a green apple. Fuck lime. Now I just need to get rid of lemon. Now I'm all off track. I love candy.
You're gonna throw the whole mix off. You need a special mix, just blended for you.
Just the Clep brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Man, yeah, hell yeah. I love candy though. I mean, I like it all.
I mean, I've always liked sour shit, so like nerds and shit. I mean, tangy shit, tangy, sour,
Dark chocolate,
Snickers.
Snickers, all. I don't like Smarties. Fuck Smarties.
Yeah, dude,
It's
Smarties
just a
do
gro-
suck. I always used to think they looked like they were filled with glass the way they gleamed in the fucking sun and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
I don't
They
trust
taste
them.
like chalk. Like they taste like sidewalk chalk looks like it tastes like. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
I thought it did. It looks like what.
Powdery product, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One more Halloween question, because again, I've just been asking them. What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid, or go-to costume, as it were?
I don't know. See, I always got. Sorry, man. I keep just jumping in. My bad. I get high and like to talk. But no, fucking. I got fucked on Halloween all the time, man. We had one bag, this big ass like burlap sack at my grandparents' house. We had to reach in and pull out all the fucking masks and costumes every year, and we had to pick through the same shit every year. All whack.
What
It
was
was
the
all
choices?
whack.
What were the choices?
A plastic werewolf mask, a plastic devil mask, a fucking cane so you could be Bo Peep if you want to wear the dress, too, a fucking wig, a fucking another wig. It was all whack, dude. So I just kept picking the werewolf mask, and that was plastic and didn't even have no fucking fur on it. Halloween sucked for me.
Oh, those teenagers, we got fucking clever with it. Remember when I dressed like fucking Tyrone Biggums, except I put the powder under my nose?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying this shit. Everybody's asking. I'm like, I'm Tyrone Biggums. And they were like, and nobody was getting it. So I quit saying that. I was like, I'm one of the Olsen twins. They're like, oh, I get it. It's fucking weird.
Jesus Christ, that is horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that
think
that
we're doing okay now.
that plastic werewolf mess. Do you ever want to, like, when your kids complain about costumes? Do you ever want? Do you ever just tell them the story about the plastic?
You tell them the story when I was a boy. I used to wear fucking plastic werewolf, man. I didn't have none better. It was bullshit.
I'm just weirded out by the old shit that my parents used to dress me up as. I got a picture of them of, like, they pay me up like some kind of like manger shit for the fucking Jesus shit, and it looks like they dressed me up as a terrorist. Like,
It does.
it's really tasteful.
It's really tasteful, he says.
Osama bin Laden.
You know, I did a fucking like a short run through Kunaki, and I used that photo as the insert on the inside of the disc. Like, I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
Well, you talk about werewolves and religion. So I'm just going to throw a lovely little question out there that I know this guy's going to love.
Oh, ew.
If you could be reincarnated as an animal, what would you be reincarnated as?
Oh shit!
I don't know. I always thought it'd be fun to be a monkey.
Right?
Explain your reasoning, because most everybody's reasoning is to throw shit.
I would swing by my
What was that one movie, like Monkey Trouble or something? I could just picture me being some thieving ass little monkey. You know what I mean?
Some
Seems like
Dungeons
fun.
Steps In
Just
type
swinging from shit and stealing shit.
Wow.
Perfect Clep answer, I guess.
shit. Yeah.
I'm not sure, man. Damn, I'm gonna think about that for a second.
Don't you?
Because I got my favorite animals and shit, but I'm like, to really be them probably wouldn't be all that great.
Yeah, red panda's probably my favorite animal, but I don't want to be that.
Like, penguins are dope. I love penguins.
Penguins
but,
are dope. I want to poke
but-
its fucking belly.
you know, they just kind of, and then they eat fish and shit. Like,
Fish and chips, I eat. Them
and
penguins.
then get killed by sea lions and shit.
Dude, fucking sea lions are crazy, man. They will rape baby seals and kill them and then keep the corpse and rape it some more.
Mother Nature is fucked up, dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to tell that story to everybody I come across. And since we brought up sea lions, that's what they do. They're the fucking worst, bro.
I mean, most humans are only like 2 steps away from that to begin with.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I saw that on like a National Geographic shit. It's fucking crazy that they even put that on there.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's on the Learning Channel and shit. You know what I mean?
That's on Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus gets so much of my money. It's the worst. It's the worst best thing ever. I can't get away from anything Star Wars and Marvel. I'm addicted.
They don't get any of my money because Verizon.
I'm with you, man.
So
I'm a piece of shit. I bootleg everything, so I ain't paying for goddamn thing.
I mean, who doesn't have their brother's password to something?
I mean, we swap HBO for Netflix.
No, we don't. We don't do that, Netflix or.
No, we don't.
They're not listening. We're nobodies.
Yeah, man, Marvel been killing it though, for real. I love me some Marvel shit.
Eventually, I think before the end of December, I want to get together with a few of my nerds, and I want to do like a year in Marvel fucking episode and just cover like WandaVision, Loki.
I miss WandaVision and Loki.
WandaVision was dope.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
WandaVision.
Well, and that's something that's kind of like made everything as bad as shit has been. There's been some really good TV lately, at least, right?
Right. And Dexter's coming back, yo.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for that, but I'm also trepidatious because they could just shit all over this thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. But dude, I'm glad to see Michael C. Hall is doing good after having cancer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome.
That's always good. So I guess one of the things I also wanted to touch about was I'm high and I forgot what I'm trying to say.
Go on.
Do go on. Fuck you. Okay, so this is one I'll just pull out of my ass because he'll edit it. You guys are gonna be in a movie. Who's gonna play you?
Oh shit.
Shit, probably fuck, I don't know. Younger John Leguizamo. No, I don't know. They'd probably get somebody like fucking what's that one Baldwin from Biodome?
Steven.
There you go. They'd probably get Stephen fucking Baldwin.
I've heard you can play John. I've heard you can pay John Leguizamo in Cocaine, so you know that's good.
Heyo, yayo. Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Who's gonna play you? Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Probably
I can
fucking.
see that.
Matthew fucking Lillard.
Hopefully it's
Matthew
early.
Lillard is one of the best male actors ever.
He is great. He's fucking awesome.
I hope if I ever get a chance to meet him, because I just want to ask him about one scene from Salt Lake City Punk. I want to be like, dude, where did you go when Bob died? Like, because that scene is like so painful for me to watch. So like, how the fuck did you perform that?
Doesn't he do like Comic-Cons and shit?
Yeah, that's why it might be a chance for it to happen. I just ain't got there
It
yet.
could happen.
Oh right. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Astronomicon, we're looking at you, Bob.
Oh, dude, if they land fucking Matthew Lillard for Astro, I mean, I'm already going, but Jesus.
We're still coming. If you get him,
Would be dope.
we'll just be happier about it. So get him.
Is there anybody who you guys are like dreaming to meet, like dying, like dream collabos or anything?
Oh shit.
We got people that we really want to fucking work with that are.
I want to work with Dope DOD really bad.
Dope
That would
DOD
be
would
fucking
sweet.
sick.
I really want to fuck with like Chip Fu from the Fushnikins. Like that dude's like making a comeback. I mean, he's an older dude, so he's not really good with the promo game, but he's making a comeback musically, and it's fucking
That would definitely
super
be dope.
Who else?
I've always wanted to do shit with anyone from D12, really. I mean, of course, I'd love to do a track with Eminem, but let's be realistic here. So that's that's insane to even. Yeah.
Would you say that you believe that Eminem is one of your influences then? Because like,
I mean, I definitely bump the shit. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, yeah, we're saying we're the bastards of rap, but
that's one of the problems. If you're
I've always loved Michigan hip hop more. Like I don't know, it just it hits home because we're from Michigan. So almost everything from Michigan, I've always had extra love for. You know what I mean?
Dayton
So
family for sure.
yeah.
Oh, I definitely fuck with Dayton.
Like Welcome to the Dope House. That was like my favorite fucking album for years. Like, and the bass on it was phenomenal. So bumping that shit as a teenager was just, that was it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that I look up to and shit. But yeah.
So with you guys being 20 years or so in this game, you said, God damn, that is a long fucking time. Do you feel like parents have passed you down to their kids? Like, do you see like you becoming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely have some of that going on, which is kind of weird and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
we had this dude John. He's a real dope dude and shit. Like when we first started out, and I'm talking like early 2000s, like before we found like a forum of people doing underground music anywhere close to what we were doing. You know what I mean? We had like local people, semi-local people fucking find out about our shit and then start talking to us. And this John dude, all of his kids fucking were raised on my shit and they're now adults like trying to make music. It's fucking, it's a weird thing.
yeah, I mean, it's weird in a good way though.
No,
Like,
no,
I mean,
absolutely.
but I don't know, man. Like I've you know, we've all been through some shit in life, you know, and I feel honestly like it's weird to me because I feel like I'm feeling as good as I've ever felt. So I feel young as shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I'm middle aged at all.
I don't
Like,
like that.
I don't know that.
I don't like that word because I don't feel about the middle of nothing.
Well, I think
Right? Yeah, for sure.
once you
Like so,
get
I don't know.
that
I guess that's what makes it feel weird to me is because I feel like we're exactly where we left off and we're exactly where we're supposed to be for right now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We are exactly on track for like, I don't know, we're just, it's hard to explain really, but that's what makes it weird for me because I don't feel at all like any time has passed.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about that though. Saint, I wanted to say something to you also. Congratulations on surviving. I did as well.
Oh yeah.
I want my survivor badge.
Right.
For those that didn't know, both of us had actually gotten COVID, and it is a motherfucker.
There was actually a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, where I'm like, I'm glad I live like 2.5 blocks from a hospital. Like, and I thought about it, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die in Hillsdale. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. And then I got better.
and that's what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do to make it faster. You just sit back and suffer through it. And
yeah, you just fucking ice pack yourself and try to keep your fluids down.
I'm gonna tell us. I'm gonna give a little home remedy I had, and this is gonna sound batshit, but I'm putting it out there anyway. It's good to cough the shit out of your lungs. I know that they say it's a lung infection. You should be careful. Bong rips. Bong rips helped me get through COVID. Putting my hand to God on that one.
Oh yeah.
If there is one.
So the answer to COVID is weed.
I mean, I'm a pothead. Weed is the answer to everything.
I used to put grape soda in my fucking bong and take bong rips. That was random.
I was never one of those guys that did that, but I will say I did a whiskey bong one time and regretted the fuck out of it.
Oh God.
Horrible idea.
I bet.
It sucks cleaning that shit out of the bong anyway. So I mean.
Oh, and now that we've gotten onto the weed subject for a second, you'd mentioned that you're growing. Is this for personal, or are you considering? I mean, you live in a legal state. Why not take the fuck advantage of it, right?
Right. I'm doing all mine for personal. We actually our flyers are double-sided and shit. We've been collaborating with a up and coming weed company called Unfuckable, and he's been making some big moves and some deals lately. And he's backing us with all of our shit and everything. We're actually doing a promotion at our next show where, since we're in Michigan and it is legal to gift marijuana, we are going to, with every purchase of Bio Killaz merch, we're going to get a free pre-roll. It's going to be packed in one of them cone thingies. So,
that is fucking next level promotion right there.
Hell yeah, man, we're getting it.
Shit.
That is Mr. Nice Guy. You might as well just jump on the bandwagon and put Mr. Nice Guy on the fucking little card coming with it.
Yeah, check out my fire mixtape.
Dude, he's a hella nice guy too. So I mean,
listen to this while you smoke this.
Yep, we think it's a perfect combo, So yeah, we're actually working on some more shit with him, and hopefully we can do something pretty cool in the future. So.
That is phenomenal. You got anything else? That's right. I put you on a spot.
Yeah, you did.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh man, you love that sound.
No, that might actually be the most annoying sound in existence.
Oh, we know. That's why we mock it.
What was it? 4? Was it UPSable 4 or 3?
I don't know. 1.
I don't know. The DJ kept hitting fucking that noise.
The air horn
thing. And he was doing it on like the dude
in the middle of sets.
Like he was drunk as shit, like doing it for like emotional songs. He did it during dude, the funniest shit. He was doing it during AXE's set. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that he didn't die.
Oh my, no, it was awesome. It was just like random as shit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was still dope ass.
No, absolutely. There was drugs involved. Yes.
And that's all that's usually all that matters to make it fun. Do you ever see yourself doing something like a UPStival or anything like a specifically you guys kind of a camp out or anything?
Well, that's what I was kind of hinting at, or not. I wasn't even hitting close to it, but that's what us and Unfuckable kind of want to work towards, is getting some sort of music and bud festival with vendors, and
marijuana vendors,
and food trucks and a stage, like that's what we want to start working towards.
So I don't
know what.
I want to reach out for just a moment here to outside of our audience. Indiana government, you're missing out on all these opportunities to make tons of money. These guys will bring festivals, and that will bring people, and they'll want lots of food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, Indiana is convinced itself that it's just going to be that 70-year-old neighbor that sits on its porch watching everybody else party.
Writing fucking letters to me about loud music.
except for fucking Carl's Tavern. That place exists in a universe outside itself.
Carl's Tavern is dope as fuck. I got mad love.
It's like when you're there, you're in a pocket dimension that isn't anywhere else.
Yeah, it's fucking definitely the dopest spot in Indiana.
We were speaking of COVID. I want to rewind. Shout out to Davis. Hope you're getting better.
Yeah. I feel bad, man. You got fucked up by that
Yeah,
shit.
and that's the scary fucking part is like you
Yeah,
could end
dude.
up at home with flu symptoms or you could end up in the hospital on a ventilator, and it's a
Right.
toss up which one it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think and this is probably just some fucking crazy conspiracy I'm creating, but I'm wondering if it's affecting like different blood types differently. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing you really got to think about is in any sickness, it hits everybody differently. Nobody has the same version of a cold. You have your cold. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
that's just shit that nobody's taking into consideration. But I'm not gonna wax like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's yeah. That you guys just co-signed that. I'll put this in as we get closer to the little wrapping up of this or all. Is that I think we all just need to stop and admit that we don't know shit. Like everybody needs to just admit we know a fucking nothing. Even if you think you do, you really don't.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm all right with that. Whatever. I enjoy learning new things every day. So hey.
Yeah, and I mean, a life spent not learning is probably the only way you can really there you go. It's the only way you can really waste your life not learning everything. At least that's what our brains are fucking for. That's why it's easy to take in new information if you really try. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing I want to add is, like I said, as we're getting closer, is you got to do it. Like you guys said it. You've been planning this, but there are so many people I see who are stuck at the planning phase. You have to just pull the fucking trigger, and even if
absolutely.
It requires a level of self-confidence that I don't think people really consider when they say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a podcast. Oh, I'm gonna be a rapper." You have to really, really look at yourself and go, "All right, can I do this?"
Yeah,
you're gonna stumble, and it's gonna all fall apart. You
just
pick up that shit and put it back together and figure it out.
Right. Shattered dreams. That's what we're all about. You know, that's the end track on the Bastards of Rap. You know, you pick up the pieces and put that shit back together, man. Like, and shit. And everybody goes through these self-doubt phases. You know, we still do it. We're shit, you know, not like all the time and shit, but I mean, like, there's certain tracks or certain ideas where we start doubting and then we just pull the trigger, like you guys said. You know what I'm saying? And it ends up being like one of our best works. So you just gotta really, I don't know, really stay committed like to this shit and follow your instincts with it. I don't know. That's what I've been finding true. I've been following the universe a little bit more with shit.
Your gut
knows, I'm working out.
Your gut knows what you want to do more than anyone else. And I seen it from you. I've seen it from you guys, and I've seen it from a lot of other people that everybody's just finally realized make music for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dope that you know the fans like it, but you're the one who has to give a shit about it first and foremost before it comes out.
Right. And then it all starts coming together anyway.
Yeah. And that's something else that I see that's really cool is that artists that they're throwing it out there and they're like, I don't know if anybody's gonna like this new direction, but they've been fucking with you so long that they just keep fucking with you. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing I've been feeling about that. I've been like really enjoying the acts that have their very own distinct sound because it reminds me of a time in hip hop, you know, back in the 90s, you had to have your own fucking style or you'd get fucking clowned. You'd be called a fucking ripoff. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're going to make a direction back into that, like having your own unique style. Like it might take a while for it to hit like mainstream crowds, but I feel like that's what's happening. We're getting less people that sound like that person. And
I think that was a sort of.
I agree.
It was something that sort of we got away from because, you know, people used to make music for art. And then it became for a while, it was, I have to sound like this person because this person's music sells, therefore mine will sell. And
it's a formula, you know what I mean? And that made a lot of people a lot of fucking money too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It fucked up the culture for sure.
Yeah. But it's definitely good to see getting back to people
wanting
to make art again and actually just making it for yourself. And people will like it and people won't like it, but in the end, it doesn't really matter.
It just feels better that once you've gotten it out, you know?
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not. Once it's out there, it's out there.
Have you heard like some of these like drones where they just, it's like these older forms where they just literally, it's just a sound wave that just builds upon itself for like 30 minutes or some shit?
That sounds like something you need mushrooms for.
I mean, I don't know, but like that was the whole song. Like that was, but they created because like they're like, this is art, like this is music. Anything sound can be music.
Oh yeah.
Now
That's
it didn't sell,
It
but they
did.
didn't care.
it didn't sell, but
Right.
they did it,
That sounds like-
motherfucker.
that sounds like some of that Mars Volta shit. I actually somebody was playing playing some of that weird experimental shit with me when I was in a car, and I was actually, speaking of drugs, I was tripping far too hard than necessary, and I told them that if they didn't turn that off, I was gonna tuck and roll into the fucking pavement at 60.
I love it.
I kind of would have liked to seen that.
You know, in the worst sense, me too, but that's only because I would have
Oh
liked.
my God, makes me do that too.
But so, is there anything you want to tell anybody? Again, just any closing advice you can give to future artists or anything.
Just keep at it, man. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a learning process. You always got to keep learning and stay humble. Stay humble, or they gonna humble you.
I was gonna say expect haters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
No,
for sure. And it's
absolutely
whatever.
that. And stay true to yourself.
Yep.
Don't worry about what other people are fucking making. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Try to
also stop trying to get buddy with other artists just to, I guess, don't get to the point where you're making music for just other artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one thing to become friends with your colleagues, but it's another to feel like, you know, everybody's just passing around the same shit. But I get what you're saying. Where can they find you guys on this vast ocean of social media if they want to get plugged into this Bio Killaz sound?
Bio Killaz, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're up on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. We're working on some videos. That's about all I'll say. But yeah, biokillaz.com.
Yeah, biokillaz.com is probably the best way to keep up with us.
Join the mailing list.
Yeah, you join the mailing list and you usually get like songs like a day before.
Yeah, we're gonna actually start doing it a little bit earlier to make it extra worth it. We're gonna do it like 2 days before we drop songs. You'll get it from the mailing list if you join the mailing list. Like we've been doing that. And then like when we drop our videos and stuff, we're gonna send them links so they can check it out. Like it's like early access, you know?
Yeah,
and it don't cost a thing.
And that's what's dope about that. You literally just
free.
said it don't
You
cost
gotta
a
pay
thing. Free
nothing.
99.
Yeah, nothing. So like,
Yep, just sign up at the .com, you know?
yeah.
And then you get updates from us like a day prior to, like announcements and shit. You get them early.
Yeah, you get all of our announcements that we're about to make. You get those early. And we've even done we've done sales too. And we gave everyone who was on the mailing list, we gave them early access because we were very limited on like sizes and different types. We were trying to clear out our old merch to make room for this new Bastards of Rap merch. So we ran a sale, and everybody on the mailing list got to know about it first, and they got first dibs. They could go there and they got first dibs. My bad.
You heard it here, motherfuckers. If you want the first dibs on the freshness, join the Bio Killaz mailing list. Go to biokillaz.com. You can also find them all over the socials under Bio Killaz.
Oh.
Man, for real, I love it when people like, I'm always doing the networking. I'm always calling and like, hey, you want to be on our show? You want to be on our show? I fucking love when people reach out to us, and like the way you did it too, because like just an ego stroke. You were like, so what is it? What do I got to do to be on your show? And I'm like, well, like,
yeah.
all you gotta do is ask, and I say yes, and it's kind of like that easy.
Download Zoom.
Zoom
yeah,
anytime. We need to fucking get rid of this shit for real.
Zoom.
Hey man, I was just trying to do it the respectful way, you know, like you said, I enjoy networking too, and I like to keep everything on the up and up and try to be professional and shit. Our music may not make me seem that way. I make them off as an asshole, but I just try to be chill and cool and respectful with everybody. And I've been seeing your show. It's been popping and shit. So I was like, I wanted to fuck with y'all. You guys got a good show, man.
Well, you've been on our radar for a while, and I'll just admit it.
That's
I've
what's up,
been
thank
myself afraid to ask because, like,
Man, fuck that.
I'm trying to find the words and not sound like a dick when I say this, but like at a certain point, we were at a certain level with who we could get. But I feel like in the last like 5-6 months, we've really turned that corner to where I can ask a guy, be like, hey, you want to be on my show? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, man. really,
Yeah.
really, really all about it. And like I said, you guys were a get that we've been trying to quote unquote get for a fucking minute. And I'm glad that we were able to land it. And I'm glad you guys were good ass fucking guests. We appreciate you guys doing this. And I think-
Likewise.
Yeah, we appreciate you having us, man.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
and
Both y'all. Thank
I
you.
hope that there's more episodes like this in the future. Until then, for the rest of you motherfuckers listening, I am Fats King.
I'm the Yeti. You should make sure you subscribe and like do all the internet things over on Instagram. We have a thing going on over there, and we do Facebook because like
You're supposed to
yeah, I think-
share this shit like herpes.
Yeah, just like well, don't do that because that's disgusting. But like, tell your friends or something.
I meant
Do
what
that.
I meant what I said.
Yeah, I know you did.
All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace.
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 Pics.